Well, hello there and welcome to this new build. Today we are going to do a split level family home. And I have to say I struggle a bit using the terrain tool. It's not my favorite thing to build with. It might have something to do with my keyboard being Swedish and it doesn't use the same keys for different things as stated when you are building. So I have to find which keys function to what, and you're supposed to be able to lift the ground up and put it at a certain height by using control and another key, and that key doesn't work for me. So I had to fiddle a bit with it, and I didn't want to make you watch that whole process. So once I figured that out, I started recording, and this is where we are now. We have the garage on the ground level and the house on the level above. So this is how we are going to have this split level. So it's going to be well, if you count the garage, it's a 3-story house, and the living area is on 2 stories. So, at the beginning, I thought this kind of yellowy railing looked really good. That will change though. So will this red stone that I also took. Looked very good in the beginning. Later on, I don't think so anymore. So in the end, that will change, as I said. So how are you today? I hope you are doing really fine. We are about to really hit summer here in Sweden, and yesterday we had a really lovely day. It was warm weather, and it was a really nice day to stay outside, and that is why this video is up on a Sunday instead of a Saturday. So I hope you have as good as weather as we have today. It's a bit cloudy. It's still kind of hot outside. It's above 20 degrees Celsius, but yesterday was nicer. But you can't complain, you can't have it all, so today was a good day for Sims instead, so we'll have to be grateful for that. So we are working on the back, and the back is also a split level, so it's one level down. It's not on the ground floor, it's still a bit up in the air on the hill. And they have this back area where you can, well, it's quite narrow and it's long and skinny, but it still fits a lot of things in there. So we have a hot tub, and we have some loungers, and we also have an area for the Sims to come out and eat dinner and have a nice barbecue. So it's quite spacious, even though it's very narrow. Yeah, so this is the table. I went for a wood table, and I went for the nicer grill. And I am going to plant some flowers in the pots. There's 3 pots on the other side that I leave empty for you to plant whatever you want. But in the other planters up on the balconies and so on, I have already put flowers in there. You can of course delete those flowers if you want to and grow some vegetables or other things of your liking. That's completely up to you. This build is up on the gallery. My ID is HelenSimmar, just the same as my name here on YouTube. So you can find it there if you want to play in this house. And I just wanted to cover the side where it was a lot of soil showing through. So we went in and put some low-lying bushes over there. And I built this house in quite a different manner from what I usually do, because I usually go back to the back porch in the end, but well, it's already furnished now, so it's finished, and then we go around doing some landscaping. That is also something that I usually do in the end, but in this split level house I felt that it was necessary to fill in those areas that I wanted to have greeneries before I went onto the house, to really see what looked good and what matched and so on. So yeah, we're doing the landscaping in the beginning this time, just putting in these low-lying bushes again where there's a lot of soil showing through, and also some small white flowery bushes. I think it's daisies, I think. So I just go in with them to have a bit of a different kind of green, so it's not all of the same, this kind of pale green. I wanted some dark green in there as well. So that's that's what I went and done. Yeah, so we are going to put some trees in as well to make the lot seem a bit more lived in, and I leave that slope empty and just have this little, well, what are you calling it? A bush little, I don't think they've planted it. I think maybe they planted the bushes and then it's grown up some flowers and grass and so around it, and that's why there's a little area in the front with some greeneries. And now we are heading on to decorating the house in itself, and I went for some stone at the bottom levels and this nice wooden panel on the top. I thought that looked good, and this is where I realized that the yellow wasn't fitting with the aesthetic of the house anymore, so I changed it to this snowy escape fence, and that matched the color much better. So yeah, you can see the house has quite a few outdoor areas. It has the front porch, of course, then it has 3 balconies and the little back area as well. So they have lots of room to hang outside if they want to in this family. And it's maybe an odd shape to the house, but I kind of like it. I grew very fond of it, so I like the shape of the house. And this windows also gave me a bit trouble because I thought it looked really good on the outside. Didn't check the inside. So when I got inside, I realized that the inside of these windows are white and not the same brown, and that threw me off. So I actually have to change those windows later because I couldn't deal with it, because I was picturing the doors and archways and so to be in this kind of middle brown wooden color, and yeah, so I had to change the windows. I couldn't have white windows. On the inside, yeah, this is the stair coming up, and it fit really well in the back, and it opened up a lot of space upstairs to do the rooms. So I had room for 3 bedrooms and a small toilet upstairs. So the family toilet is downstairs. There's the big toilet, and this is the small toilet that I just made. And family toilet is somewhat weird position because the entry into the toilet is from the kitchen. So well, maybe that's not the nicest. And this roof, I don't get it. Why is it poking out through this room and not the other room where most of the roof actually is? under it. Oh, it's so annoying. I hate those roofs. I do manage to hide it later, so I fiddle with it and I couldn't remove it, so I hide it with furniture instead. So that's what I went and done, which meant I have had another layout of the room than I had first planned, but it still works fine. And here is me going back and changing the windows so they have a brown frame on the inside as well. And we're going to have one bedroom downstairs as well. So the upstairs is going to be for the kids. So it's going to be 3 kids' bedrooms. And downstairs, this big bedroom is the parents' bedroom. And they use quite a lot of colors in this family. They like colors. So the main area is this sort of pale peachy color, but as you can see, the kitchen is quite colorful and the bedroom downstairs has this really dark green, very lovely color. And upstairs we have, well, 1 pale room and 2 with a bit of more color in there. So yeah, and we will also use colors when we go in and decorate. So colorful house. And the bathrooms are quite simple though, but I used this really pretty tile on the floors, and I love it. And this green and yellow colors together, I think they go very well together, so I really love that tile. And the kitchen is in the corner, using 2 archways into the kitchen, and as you can see, the door into the bathroom is in the kitchen, as I said. Putting the windows in the corner of the kitchen to make room for the stove with the extractor above, and also the refrigerator. So it's going to be in the corner. And I think this kitchen it's a color scheme I haven't used before, and I quite like it actually. I was a bit apprehensive about the blue floor in the beginning, but I think it matches well with the tiles on the walls, so yeah, I think it works. And I also wanted to go with a bit of a darker kitchen, because I think that I prefer lighter kitchens myself, and I think that's what I mostly do. So this time I thought, why not go outside of my comfort zone and do something that I haven't done before, and hence the blue floor and the very loud tiles and the darker aesthetic of the kitchen. So sometimes it's fun to do something that you wouldn't usually do, and try to come up with new sort of ways to actually use the things you have in Sims 4, because we have quite a lot of things, especially if you have a lot of packs, then you have a lot of things to choose from, but we usually go for the same things anyway, so that's a shame. And this room is going to be the dining and living room combined, and I at first wanted to go for some colorful chairs, and I wanted to bring out some of the colors from the kitchen, but it didn't really work out for me, so I used some colors over on the living room area instead. So I went for some neutral chairs, just in a neutral table, and yeah, some pops of purple to tie it all in. That rug won't stay there though, because I thought that it clashed a bit with the kitchen actually, so I will change that rug later on. And I was trying to make this rod look like it went all over the door, and it gave me some trouble, so I had to move the door for a bit and then I could place the rod. And I used the same curtains over on this side, and I went for some smaller curtains on these windows in the front. And then I tried to figure out where to put the TV. I tried it in this little bay window, didn't like it over there, and I wouldn't want to have a TV in front of a window in real life. Unfortunately, that's the only placement I could find to make it work. So yeah, the TV is in front of a window. Is it the best thing? No, it isn't. Is it where we are going to have it today? Yes, it is. So I went for a little seating area in the bay window, just some armchairs and a little, well, it's not a table, it's a little set of drawers, but it's used as a little side table. And I tried this really green sofa, but when I put in the green rugs, I didn't think it matched anymore, so I went for a pale, I think it's a kind of a grayish green. On my monitor it looks grayish green anyway. It might be just grey on your screens, I don't know. But I thought it matched in well, and also with the armchairs, and they have this little green pillow in there, so it's cohesive with the other things in the room. Yeah, and I wanted to have some sort of a bookcase, but didn't have any room for a big one, so I just put in this little one as a side table in the entryway. And I also have another little side table on the other way, so you could put your keys and your phone there when you enter the house if you want to. I myself have a little box where it says mobiles on, where you could put your mobile phone when you enter the house. I think it's nice if my kids do not put their mobile phones in there anymore, but they did in the beginning, and I think it's a good place to have. You don't want mobile phones during dinner time and so on. So yeah, it's still there. And we are into the parents' bedroom, and well, the color scheme in here is green, of course, and also this sort of a more vanilla colored white. So it has a little yellow in there. And this is a very calm bedroom, I think. I really like this bedroom. I really could see myself live in this bedroom. I think the dark green is making the room very calm, and I think it's a good place to have a good night's rest actually. Those dark colors make it easier for you to have a good night's sleep, they say. So yeah, not a lot of things in here. It's more on the minimalistic side, so everything has its place. And a little rug, and this room is finished. And we are heading onto the last room on the bottom floor, which is the family bath. And I wanted to fit both a bath and a shower in here, so I tried to have the tub in the middle of the room, but I realized then I wouldn't fit everything else that I wanted. So, and the wet side is to one side of the room, and the toilet and the sink is to the other side of the room, and I think it came out pretty good actually. It's a bathroom I would like to have. You might have noticed that green is one of my favorite colors, so that's what I tend to go for. if Lil Simsy is a blue suburban girl, I'm a green. I don't know if I'm a suburban, but I'm certainly a green girl. And upstairs, I wanted to. It's a small bath, but I wanted to fit a shower in there as well because otherwise it would be a lot of people sharing one bathroom, and that wouldn't be. I don't think it would be good. It would be a queue in the morning for everyone to get in and take a shower and so on. So I went for a shower in this small little bathroom upstairs as well. Thank goodness for these showers that you can walk under so that you still can fit other things like a toilet and sink next to it. And upstairs in this hallway, the landing is just like a little office area. So this is where the computer of the house is, and it's also a little area to sit and read. So I will just put in some bookcases and a little armchair. And of course you need a lamp to be able to see what you're reading. And well, that is the whole landing, because there are 2 exits on this landing out to the two of the balconies upstairs. There's 3 balconies upstairs, so there wasn't much room for anything else. So just decorating the walls with some pictures, and then we are heading into this room with the roof clipping in. So at first I wanted to use a sofa in the window, but since I had to hide this little roof piece that made me so happy, the sofa had to go on the other wall. So there is still a sofa because this is a teen room, and of course they need a hangout space. So I put the sofa to cover the roof piece instead, and it worked out fine. So as I said, a lot of colors, even though the walls in here are a lot softer. We bring in this coral color, and I think it's lovely. I love this bed. It's gorgeous. It's from high school years, and I think it's so pretty. And of course you need some pictures on the wall if you're a teenager, a little table to put down your drinks and your popcorns and so on. There's no TV in here. There's only one TV in the whole house. So if they want to watch TV, they have to walk downstairs to the living room. But yeah, a lot of place for this teenager to have her stuff. So there's 1 dresser and 1 wardrobe. So yeah, they will have ample of place for clothes. And then I wanted them to have a little desk as well to be able to do their homework. So school is important. You have to do your homeworks. And this one also, because this is the oldest kid, so she got her own computer as well. So just replacing this little, it's from Little Sims's collection, and I think it's a gorgeous little piece to have and decorate your desk with, because there's not a lot. It's become better, but there's still not a lot of things to decorate your desk with. The computer takes up a lot of room, so that's one problem. If you decorate it too much, your Sims won't be able to sit down and use the computer. Then you have to make them sit first, and then they can use the computer. And we are into the smallest of the rooms, and this is the nursery. So there's a little crib and a little changing table and some toys in here, and well, not that much else because it didn't fit very much more in here. So just doing some shelving and putting up some toys and like diapers and ointments and so on that you would need for your kid. And this little basket gave me a lot of trouble. It wanted to be in the wall or outside, but in the end I made it stay on the shelf. So yeah, just decorating the walls, hanging up a mobile and a little picture and also some curtains, and then this room is finished and we are heading into the last room, and this is a boy's room, and well, he's somewhere in between these, so he's not a teenager but he is a child, so he's like maybe 9, 8, 9, somewhere along those ways. It's he's in school and he likes science, so he has this science table where he works on different projects, and he has his little desk where he can do his homework. And he has the weird shaped bedroom, but can still fit a lot of things in there, so I think it's a good sized bedroom anyway. So he has some toys and of course the science table, and we will also give him a dresser. That's important to have a dresser. And then we are going to head on down to the garage, because that's the only room we haven't decorated yet. And the garage is an ongoing project. Like most garages, you fill it with all of those stuffs that you don't have room for anywhere else. And there's also a bit of skill building items in there to use. So yeah, that's what the garage is for. Oh, we have this little balcony, of course. We have 2 balconies before we go down to the last room. And as I said, I do put some flowers in this pot, but if you want to grow your own things, just delete the flower in there. And there's just a simple little balcony with this. Well, you can go watch the neighbors, and I don't put anywhere to sit on this balcony. So it's just a telescope and a flower. And I think it's mostly the boy in the family who uses this balcony. His interest in space is very big, so he goes outside to watch the stars and so on. And then I went around and put some outdoor lighting in as well. And I might have overdone it with these because I wanted them to be on every pole. So they are. So it's nice and bright when you walk up the stairs to your home. And this little outdoor area just outside the dining area just has a little bench and a little flower pot. And then we have this little balcony that has, it's like inside, so it has a roof over it, and that's where I put the chess table. So you can do some skill building out there as well. And I think that both the teenage girl and the son is interested in chess, so they on a nice summer day's evening they go outside and play some chess together. And the teenage daughter has a little balcony of her own with a little sofa and a little table. And yeah, that's about it for the balconies. And now we are heading down to the garage, and this is where I make sure to match the back is still red, but I didn't want red on the front, so I changed it, and I put the same flooring inside of the garage, so it's just stone flooring in there. And as you can see, they haven't painted the garage yet. They are about to paint it, but they can't decide on which color to use. So there's a lot of storage in here. You have the woodworking table, so you can do some skill building there. And I also put an easel in here, so you could do some painting. And where do you put your bike? In the garage, of course, so there will be a bike in there as well. and a hose if you want to wash your car, which you can't drive in The Sims. And I'm not that sad about not having cars, it's fine. And I also wanted to dim the lights in here a bit. So yeah, it's just a cute little garage, and then I wanted the house to have a number. And I'm quite annoyed with all of this blurriness in the video today. So if it has annoyed you, there will be shots of the house in the end that you can watch the pictures and see what the house really looks like without all the blur, I should say. Because the last thing I went and done is to put in some terrain paint to make the house look a little bit more alive. So I hope you enjoyed this little split level family home, and I hope to see you in more of my videos. I really love to have you here, and I hope you have the best day ever, and stay tuned for the pictures in the end. Bye bye!